On Wednesday afternoon, going north on Mojave Tropical Road, I'm looking at a load of solar panels, probably headed up here to Recurrent Energy in Lands of Promise. There's been a lot of question about who makes the panels and where they come from. These look like Chinese panels. As you can see, dust is a big deal here. This water truck is going down 60th Street and covering both sides. And behind me in the rearview mirror, I don't see any dust. One of the projects is to set the poles that are going to carry the line down to the substation on Rosamond Boulevard and 60th Street. Today, on Wednesday the 31st, what's happening is digging the holes, pouring the footings, getting ready to put all of this in place. Swinnerton, one of the oldest construction companies in California, the renewable energy division is the one building Recurrent Energy 1 and 2. Some of the panels are already up, but it's a big project. Takes a lot of time, and dust control is critical. Dust fence on the east fencing area here has been installed partway up, but the chain link fence on the rest of this continues on. It gives you some idea of what's going on inside. Through the fence, it's easy to see the stacks of panels that are going up, and looking down the row gives you some idea how vast this project is. We're looking south into Land of Promise, and you see all these homes lie just south of where the Recurrent project, two projects are going in. When the wind was blowing around Memorial Day, a northwesterly wind would have blown across here and carried dust to the houses. Today, there's no dust at all. The long rows of panels already installed are here, not producing yet, but soon to be. Well, this is a new sign at Dawn and 65th Street West. On the left, we have the old buttes and desert, and on the right, we have the renewable energy project from Recurrent Energy. And all along the side, it's easy to see where the dust has been kept down by putting, it looks like hydromulch. It looks like hydromulch has been spread all along here, all the way down along the road, to really keep the dust to a minimum.
These guys tried as best they can to control the dust, but there's no real way to plow the whole top of the deserts off and expect them to come in with the, who knows, plastic or whatever to cover the dirt up. It's just not going to happen instantly like that. They have to put, they've put all this
hydromulch.
Yeah, hydromulch on there, and that knocks it down a lot. But they're cutting slots for all electrical cords and stuff like that, electric wiring.
Right.
And they go down here. They got water trucks running up and down here all the time. So.
Right. And you live close. You live right here near
across the street. I can hit them with a rock.
Okay. And so you're right there on the corner.
Directly,
so
I'm 2 houses from the corner of 65th and Favorito.
How about the truck traffic and stuff? Does that bother you?
It doesn't bother me. No, it might bother some people, but they're all inside what I call inside the wire.
Yeah.
They got big 8-foot chain link fences. So.
Yeah.
But it doesn't bother me, but I'm just that kind of guy that don't really get bothered by something like that. I don't know what it is, so I ignore it. You know?
Yeah, yeah.
Don't keep me up or awake or anything like that. So.
No. And once the building gets done, I mean, on this, there's no trucks here, and these things are sitting here, and it's quiet.
No, yeah, well, it's quiet, sure. That's why I moved out here, to get away from people. I lived in Burbank, and every time you sneeze, 3 people could say Gesundheit, you know. They're sitting on top of each other.
Right.
So that's why I came out here, to get away from people, and then they bring this industrial area right across the street.
From you, yeah.
That's why I was kind of a little bit more than concerned.
And now, are you less concerned, or?
Well, it's.
You see light at the end of the tunnel, or?
Well, the light has been chopped down. When they cut the Joshua trees down, that was the end of my whole thing here. But you got to live. You got to live with what you got. So I just take the better part of it. I know a lot of these guys out here. I've talked to them, and they got a job to do, and they're trying to do it. And even I try to help them do what they have to do. You know, they get lost truck drivers and stuff like that. But they're just doing their job. So
sure.
Why create problems? That's about all people do, is create more problems. But I don't know.
Well, Mr. Schermerhorn, thanks very much for giving me a little insight from a local neighbor.
We have 2 projects here. One's Rosamond 1, which is between Favorito Road and Don Road.
Right.
We'll have 70th Street to the west, 65th Street to the right. Or to the east, I should say.
Right.
Rosamond 2 is very similar. It's going to go from 65th Street over to 60th Street. It's going to have the southern banner of Favorito Road as well.
Sure.
They're both 20 megawatt output AC facilities.
Yes.
So we look at the difference between the DC input and the AC output. Both will have their own independent substations. Although it will appear as one large project, it will actually be 2 separate projects. We will have a generation tie line that will go from these 2 substations down to the Rosamond substation.
Whirlwind substation.
No, Rosamond.
Oh, that one on 60th.
Yeah, down on 60th at Rosamond
Boulevard. Yeah, okay.
The CUP's basically identified the pathway, but will, I believe, go down 60th Street, out Sweetster, down the Mojave Tropico Road, and then cut back in south of the mine, and then down 60th Street.
Right.
Project will have, and I don't have the exact, I might have the exact panels, but we're going to put approximately 90,000 solar panels in. They're all built in 250 kW blocks. Those feed into inverters. We're going to be using 750 1.5 megawatt blocks that will be dispersed around the site. So all these panels will feed into that. From there, we will convert it from the DC power that's coming off the panel into the inverter that will convert it into AC. And we'll step it up into a transformer, and that transformer then will push the energy on down to the substation. The substation will step it up one more time, and that will get put onto the 66 kV line that will go down to the substation.
I see. Sure.
Project duration will be roughly 10-11 months. We'll start by coming in and grading the roads. in clearing and grubbing. Our intent is to try to disturb the land as least as possible. So what we've come to realize and tried to practice as much as possible is rather than go in and grade the entire facility, it's better just to leave it alone. What we do is drive H piles into the ground. Most of them will be about 4 foot center line off the ground, and from there you have a torque tube that interconnects all these. The piles are driven about every 15 feet on center. The torque tubes run about 52 panels across, and typically there's about 3 circuits on a torque tube that then feeds into a combiner box. The combiner box then goes to the inverter. The project will be, I haven't sat with my superintendent yet to decide which the progress will be, but we'll start in one corner and basically kind of do like an S-curve around, because we'll drive the piles, and as they continue on, then the torque tubes get set. As they continue on, then the panels get set. As they continue on, the wiring gets set.
Sure.
So it's kind of it's a very it's more production kind of issue than anything else. We'll be putting fencing around the site. It'll be chain link fence with barbed wire on the top, with the exception of Fabricator Road. We are relocating Joshua trees to the south side of the facility, and then we need to go back and double check. We'll be putting some type of landscaping outside.